Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're talking about how to regain your self esteem and break free from negative self talk. Let's go.
Breaking free from negative self-talk. Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly told yourself, "I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. Everyone else is better than me"? If you have, you are not alone. Millions of people fight battles that no one else can see. One of the greatest battles is not against other people. It is against the voice inside our own minds. That voice has incredible power. It can inspire us to rise after every setback, or it can slowly convince us to give up before we even begin. Today, I want to share one life-changing truth with you. You do not have to believe every thought that enters your mind. Just because a thought appears in your mind does not mean it is true. Thoughts come and go every day. Some are helpful, some are harmful. The challenge is learning to recognize the difference. Negative self-talk is like planting weeds in a beautiful garden. If you continue watering those weeds with fear, doubt, and criticism, they will eventually take over. But if you intentionally plant seeds of hope, confidence, and truth, your mind can become a place where peace and growth begin to flourish. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Every harsh word someone spoke to you becomes another stone. Every mistake becomes another stone. Every disappointment becomes another stone. Every rejection becomes another stone. After years of carrying that weight, it becomes difficult to move forward. You may even begin believing that life itself is heavy, but perhaps life is not as heavy as it feels. Perhaps you have simply been carrying things that no longer belong to you. Many of us speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to another human being. You would never tell your closest friend that they are hopeless. You would never tell a child that they will never achieve anything. You would never tell someone you love that one mistake defines the rest of their life. Yet countless people repeat those exact messages to themselves every single day. The first step toward freedom is becoming aware of your inner conversation. Pause for a moment and ask yourself some honest questions. What do I usually say to myself after I make a mistake? What do I believe about myself when things do not go as planned? Do my thoughts encourage me to grow, or do they convince me to stay stuck? The answers to those questions matter because your thoughts influence your emotions. Your emotions affect your decisions. Your decisions shape your habits, and your habits eventually shape your future. That is why changing the conversation inside your mind can completely change the direction of your life. Life will disappoint you. People may misunderstand you. Dreams may take longer than expected. Plans may fall apart. Doors may close. But none of those experiences have the authority to define your worth. There is an important difference between what happens to you and who you are. Making a mistake does not make you a failure. Being rejected does not make you unworthy. Experiencing disappointment does not mean your future has disappeared. Sometimes we become so focused on our setbacks that we forget how much we have already overcome. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again. No loving parent looks at that child and says, "Walking is not for you." Every fall is simply part of learning. Every attempt makes the child stronger. Eventually, what once seemed impossible becomes completely natural. Somewhere along the journey into adulthood, many people forget this lesson. We begin believing that one failure means we are incapable. One setback means we should quit. One criticism means we are not good enough. But growth has always required mistakes. Every successful entrepreneur has experienced failure. Every great athlete has lost competitions. Every talented artist has created work that did not meet their expectations. Every confident person has experienced moments of self-doubt. The difference is not that they never struggled. The difference is that they refused to let negative self-talk become the author of their story. The words you repeat to yourself matter more than you may realize. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I am still learning. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, every experience teaches me something valuable. Instead of saying, I am not smart enough, say, I can continue growing every day. These may sound like small changes, but small changes repeated consistently create remarkable transformation. Remember this: the voice you listen to most often becomes the voice you believe. If you constantly feed your mind with criticism, fear, and doubt, you will eventually expect failure before you even begin. But if you intentionally feed your mind with encouragement, wisdom, hope, and possibility, confidence begins to grow naturally. Another habit that keeps negative self-talk alive is comparison. Comparison quietly steals joy. We compare our appearance, our careers, our relationships, our achievements, and our progress with people whose stories we barely know. We see someone else's success, but rarely see the years of sacrifice that came before it. We see the finished product, but not the countless failures that helped create it. The truth is that everyone is running a different race. Your journey is unique. Your experiences are unique. Your strengths are unique. Your challenges are unique. There has never been another person exactly like you, and there never will be. That is something to appreciate, not something to hide. Sometimes negative self-talk begins because of words spoken over us years ago. Perhaps someone laughed at your dream. Perhaps a teacher underestimated your ability. Perhaps someone told you that you would never amount to anything. Perhaps you grew up hearing criticism more often than encouragement. Those words may have left deep scars, but they do not have to become the permanent soundtrack of your life. You have the power to write a different story, a story that says, I am learning, I am growing, I am resilient. I have value, I have purpose, I am capable of becoming better than I was yesterday. Healing often begins when we stop repeating the lies that wounded us. One of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop is gratitude. Negative thinking constantly focuses on what is missing. Gratitude helps you notice what is already present. Every morning, before your day begins, take a moment to think about 3 things you appreciate. It may be your health. It may be your family. It may be a friend who believes in you. It may simply be another opportunity to begin again. Gratitude does not eliminate life's challenges. It changes the way you experience them. Another powerful habit is learning to speak encouragement to yourself. Many people wait for someone else to believe in them, but confidence grows when you begin believing in yourself. Start each day by reminding yourself, today is a new beginning. I am capable of learning. I am stronger than yesterday. My past does not define my future. Every challenge helps me become wiser. Progress matters more than perfection. You do not have to become extraordinary overnight. You only need to become a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little kinder than you were yesterday. Small victories deserve celebration. Every healthy decision matters. Every act of courage matters. Every lesson learned matters. Every step forward matters. Confidence does not mean having no fear. Confidence means choosing to move forward despite fear. Courage does not mean never doubting yourself. Courage means refusing to let doubt make your decisions. Some days, the negative voice will return. That does not mean you are back where you started. It simply means you have another opportunity to practice choosing a better response. Instead of believing every fearful thought, question it. Instead of focusing only on what went wrong, remember what went right. Instead of replaying every failure, remember how far you have already come. Your past has taught you valuable lessons. It was never meant to become a prison. Every new day is another opportunity to begin again. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can influence today. And what you choose today will shape tomorrow. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to remember a few simple truths. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not the negative opinions others have spoken about you. You are not defined by your worst day. You are someone with incredible potential still waiting to unfold. Treat yourself with the same kindness you freely offer to others. Be patient with your progress. Celebrate your growth. Forgive yourself when necessary. Keep learning. Keep moving forward. The most important conversation you will ever have is the one happening inside your own mind. Make it a conversation filled with hope. Make it a conversation filled with possibility. Make it a conversation filled with courage. Because the words you speak to yourself today are quietly creating the person you will become tomorrow. Choose hope over fear. Choose growth over perfection. Choose courage over comfort. Choose possibility over limitation. And every single day, remind yourself, I am stronger than my doubts. I am wiser because of my experiences. I am capable of growing through every challenge. My future is not determined by my past. The best version of me is still unfolding. Thank you for spending these moments with me today. No matter where you are in your journey, remember this. Every positive change begins with a single thought, a single choice, and a single step forward. Believe in your ability to grow. Trust the process. Keep going. Your story is far from over, and some of your greatest chapters have not even been written yet.